On the roof getting high. Now I've got basil in my veins. Alright. We've had a second attack of a bot on our channel, which I hate. Yet another thing, you know. Mm. On the roof getting high. There's no needle in my brain thinking about suicide. Alrighty. Hi everyone, glad to be here. How are you? Hoping has going. Hi Zaga, glad to be here. How are you? Hoping has going. We're going to sketch. And right now on the list is Bernice from Zone Zero. So that's what we are going to draw. I'm still kind of wondering what do we want to, how do we want to draw her? She's quite energetic, I would say. She's quite energetic, as you can hear, once again, without any music. Here's the shtick. I need to wait, because unfortunately, Chill Hop's support is active only during the weekdays, so Monday to Friday. And unfortunately, they are not capable to give me any word of advice or any kind of, just anything that would help me go around with things. So that's that. Mm. Mm. Okay, so sketches, right? So we have two sketches. So we finished Urza Scarlet. We've made Momo, not Momo, Nemu from Bleach. And now Bernice from ZZZ. We are going to work our way through it. And yeah. I'm looking at it a little bit, and one thing, image resolution 300 pixels. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, and I tell you why I need that. I figured out that actually with higher DPI, yes, I'm drawing faster, unfortunately. The fact that I'm drawing faster doesn't mean that it's actually good for me. So we are just switching now to 300 DPI. After finishing that drop, I'm just going to save all the sketches, and I'm going to make a new file for the sketches where I'm just going to keep rest of the drops. So that's the thing. And yeah. Yeah. So okay. I'm wondering how do we want to draw her, because like she's very energetic, right? So yeah, she's very energetic. She actually, you know what? I need to work around with 72 DPI, because right now the 300 is too much. Does the uh DPI matter when you don't want to print out the result? Not really, but for example, you could see that I'm ending up zooming so close that I can see pixels. And basically that's why higher DPI works better for me, because I can zoom in and I still don't have to I don't have to worry about the fact that I'm going to see pixels. That's why dots per inch around 300 were usually better for me. What? Yeah, because like, you know how I'm doing that, right? And sometimes I'm zooming in and you can see that, see? You can see those pixels, crisp pixels. If I raise the DPI, zooming in on the character so close, it's not going to really be affecting the view as much. So there won't be really that many pixels visible anyway. But I guess I have to stay on 72 pixels because 72 dpi. You size your canvas by centimeters, millimeters? No, pixels. I'm sizing them with pixels. And brush too, pixels. It's pixels on pixels. So everything is per pixel. Sure, yeah. And if you size them by pixels, what does DPI do? Gives you much more space, because you get anti-aliasing on your brush. So for example, here's the difference. I'm zooming in to 100%. You can still see where it's the same amount of pixels. I'm zooming in for 200%. You can see pixels, right? Now I'm zooming out. I'm going to edit, going to change image resolution, 72 to 300 pixels. It's 4.17 scale. And now I'm zooming in to 100 to 200. Fuck. Wait, actually? Oh, okay. Yeah, because now to zoom out, I'm using 8.2%, not 25% zoom out. So I'm zooming into 100% to see all those stuff. That's the thing. It's not 200%. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I can start drawing on 100% and still see all the things, but yeah. Right, like this is more or less the same amount of zoom out I've had, and it's 33.3. It's the same, you just increase size of canvas and brush too, that's why it's smoother, not the DPI. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense why it's working like that. The same, yeah. So I'm wondering, how do I want to draw her, you know? Uh, I'm not sure. I'm thinking of something flirty. It's like, you know how she has that tube top, right? So I was thinking that she would like pull on it with a finger, and you have a drink shaker in one hand, right? And then we could add some motion on the shaker. But that might be a bit too sexual. um I'm not sure actually how I can what thing I can draw for her. That's the thing. I need to somehow figure out what do I want to do, because I can also make her like just dress in a bikini. She doesn't have to have her original outfit, right? Like for example, I was requested to draw Mio, Okami Mio, in cow bikini, right? So, so basically, it's not her actual, outfit, And so I believe that I don't have to stick up with Bernice's or outfit. I don't know. I don't know though. It's just very confusing. Also, the thing is, I'm still having the headphones. I actually don't need to have, but she a cat, fox. Okami Mio is a fox, or even a wolf, or something like that. Why cow bikini? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I was requested by the people from Mio's server. She looks like a cat. Fubuki is a fox. I think Okami Mio is a wolf. I think she's a wolf. And Fubuki is a fox. Nekomata Okayu is a cat. And Korone is a dog. Yeah. That's what we have. And ironically, Okayu and Korone are quite close, despite one being a dog, one being a cat. Um, okay, you know what I've got? An idea. I'm going to have her like holding because she's a barista in a bar for the gang, right? So basically, she's making cocktails. And I was thinking about having her making a martini or something like a martini and just, you know, like holding next to her mouth the olive from the drink. That makes sense. But on the other hand, she's okay. So like maybe some action pose. You know, maybe some action pose like this. Right, she's holding her flamethrowers and actually have like pieces of fire like shooting out. So a little bit of a dynamic sketch actually. Um, and over here maybe like she's kind of bent over, kind of like this, being like that. Right? That leg is hiding behind, that leg is like this. Also slightly bent. And she's going to hold the hand like that, have it like this. There's going to be the thing and the skewed on it. Olive, on the other hand, is going to be like this. What's happening there? So basically here she's just like laying kind of like half laying on a bar because she's actually making drinks for people, right? She's actually making drinks. So like she's making some like let's say alcoholic beverages. So she's going to have here a martini, which might actually be turned because she's saying it's like a fuel or something like that. She's using the same concoction for her flamethrowers. And over here, there's an iteration where it's a bit more dynamic. Everything is like on a huge close up on the thing, you know. Okay, so yeah. I'm thinking about that, but this is going to be a bit more complex than what we've got, for example, for Erza or Nemu. Do we want to go here, or what kind of pose do we want to give for Bernice? God, I hate it. Because I know she's energetic and she likes seeing things burning. I could also make the martini. I mean this drink like on fire, so it would kind of have the entire thing. This is really speaking to me. That idea with the bar tending. I might actually have her booty a little bit popped like this, you know, because we are still not going to see much from behind the bar. Or maybe we could make it a table and then we could see her legs. Yeah, I think we want to see her legs, okay. So now I've got the idea. It's time to make it. mm, so now... First I thought you doing boobas. Oh my. Hungry will think about the bread. I'm going... she's got some... Yeah. I mean, she's got some cleavage, so I guess her breasts would like lay on the table anyway. Like this. Hmm. All right. All right, all right, all right. Here's this, here's that. So we're going to make her booty a little bit visible from behind, so she's like actually bending over, but the bending over is like cats bending over, right? So she's like this instead of like this, right? So it's like here's the booty, here's the rest of the spine. Oh my. I was actually wondering, wait. Text, what we draw. Right now, drawing Bernice. Wait. Bernice from ZZZ. Okay. And now we are going here. I want the thing. I'm going to pick black. And it's going to be like the max that we'll be able to do, which is 20, surprisingly. But I need to change now the size of the thing, because that's like way too big. 16? That's too little. 24. Too little. 36. Okay, it's more visible right now, so I'm going to actually throw it like here. There we go. Is it too much of an eye catcher? Mocktails mixers are nice. The snacks are really nice. Oh my. Hmm. Okay. So basically, I'm just trying to not really zoom in, or just generally not to zoom as much. Because I've started to notice that it's a bit problematic for me. Okay. Like a heart. So she's winking, right? So she's going to yeah. So she's basically winking. She's uh, She's kind of like this because she does actually wink a lot in the game too. I think she's like also kind of. I sometimes had a feeling like in some of the scenes she's actually winking to the player, not to the and not to any character, as if they are trying to break the fourth wall, and Bernice actually winks to us players, kind of like freaking Deadpool or something like that. Also, pardon me for not streaming games today. I was thinking of that. I guess it would also help me a little bit with with the lack of music because lo and behold, the music, right, is the music is from the games I can still play, right? So while playing songs, I would while playing the game, I could still turn on the turn on the thing and be able to have some background noise while playing, but yeah. But I've noticed I'm not the only one who stopped using any kind of background music. I think a lot of YouTubers stopped using that some time ago. Now they are like either using soundtracks from games that they like, or games that they play, or something like that. I've also noticed that some of the speed paint artists that were making stuff on YouTube are not using any kind of background noise too. For example, Rino Tuna does play music, and he are actually playing copyrighted music. But it's because he doesn't really care. He's in a really good position because he's got really strong portfolio and just generally worked his way out and just basically got really good commissions and stuff. So I don't think he needs to like stop playing those. I was thinking about making some songs just to play in the background, so I wouldn't have to worry. Maybe something on a loop, like 10, 12 songs, maybe some 8-bit, but actually 8-bit after some time can start getting a little bit on your nerve, you know? And that's something I'm also wondering about because, there's a lot of high pitches in there. Mm, I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out a couple more things. I need to make some more sketches besides this one today. So I guess I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it after a little bit longer today. After the stream, I'll try to watch some movies with my mom. And yeah. Okay. Um, that arm needs to be closer to the head. And slightly lower. Like this. She's actually a thin girl. She's not even jacked or anything like that. She's just very thin. By the way, I've checked today some perfumes, and I have to say, like, god damn it. One of the perfumes I was checking literally reeked like an old wooden board. And I'm talking here about like wooden board that was sitting in a lot of like um moist air and rotted a little bit. Like to such extent, you know. And I have to say that's utterly awful. No idea who even comes up with the ideas uh, to create fragrance like that. How do I make her actually look like she has her top? Okay. I'm going to keep things like that. Her arm is here. I'm always wondering, do I want to go for a thicker outline or do I want to go for a thinner outline? Like I've been trying several things. Thinner outlines look cool, but they're taking really a lot of time. It's way easier for me to operate around with thicker lines, or at least just slightly thinner lines, and then thicken them up in some areas. I really like my brush size to be at 10, but sometimes it's difficult really to work out with it. Hi Karian, Gatavi here, how are you? Hoping how's it going? To be fair, recently I was sitting around and looking through some YouTube recommendations. You know, just looking for some stuff. I don't know why, but recently I'm not having that much interest in people that I subscribed to, and I was watching all this time. I'm just watching recommended videos at this point. No, that's not her style. Her style. So that's the one. Now I can do this, which should be like a thinner hair. And then a connection like this. Man, imagine drawing hers, am I right? So how's it going, chat? How's it going? I'm happy with the outcome of this year's uh, Game Awards. Expedition 33 really deserved it. But I'm still wondering what up with the how's it called? I'm still thinking how's it going regarding the thing. I watch or seeing the results. I actually seen the results. Expedition 33 just received a bunch of things, and now a lot of a lot of consoles now want the port. So they've also went to Nintendo for the port and stuff. Game just had a lot of generally had a lot of people playing it, and apparently a lot of happy people with the case that they've bought the game. So just, you know, basically kind of the same effect as the as the Baldur's Gate had, right? Um, a lot of companies didn't really see how far the game can go until they've noticed the Game Awards and stuff. Because that's I've noticed a pattern. A lot of games are left for PC, for example, or Xbox, but Xbox is now merging with the PCs, so it's, you know, kind of meh. But you can just easily get around all the stuff and see the pattern that other the game gets out of ports if it had at least one thing, um won at least one prize at the Game Awards. It's kind of like, you know. And to be fair, it's a big brain move by some of the companies mm, to make a to make it available only on certain platforms, especially if it's PC. Because sooner or later, consoles are actually going to still call out for games, right? So if your game is actually good, they are still going to come up to you, unless they are not dragging themselves on the floor, because it might happen. Mm. Also, apparently, EU is doing something against the Nintendo Switch 2, because of the fact that they can remotely disable your console if you at least mod it a little bit, even a little bit. And people were like, yo, like, you could make it like turn off the internet connection so people wouldn't be able to connect to the internet if it's modded, or something, or this or that. But like, fully like blocking your console, especially that apparently some people never really done anything to the console and they still had their consoles blocked. And basically in EU, well, if you buy something, you own it, right? Kinda. So EU is like starting to think about the aspects if it's actually good move by Nintendo and if it's lawful, because it just seems way too scammy for something like this to happen. I wonder how they are going to do about it. I'm really hoping that they are going to make Nintendo change the policies for EU, at least. Mm. For Gunnar Game of the Year, imagine. ZZZ has really compelling graphic designs, actually. I really like their designs. I really like their characters. Also, I've got an app to help me make a portfolio and resume, so I guess I'm going to try to work things around that. So, you know, we might actually try to come back to making portfolio on stream, but not all the time. And I'm going to actually work this out also mostly off stream, but like once in a while, um, I'm willing to show some things. That's too thick. Mhm. Okay. And now this. There's several elements that are making Bernice, so we need to watch a bit closer attention to that. And ironically, she kinda still looks generic, but has those, you know, special fragments that are very necessary. Like, for example, her glasses are like this, right? We need to keep in mind that it's going like that. Also, I've watched some One Piece before the stream. Um, I might try to watch some One Piece later on too. We need to have a lot of Sunday from the Sunday because, you know, not going anywhere on Sunday tomorrow. So that's the thing. I've only played the prologue of ZZZ. The only character I remember is Billy the Kid. Hmm. He's also very charismatic and very memorable. Also, you know, that kind of depends when you started playing game. Because if you started at if you were playing only at the start of the game, right, around the launch, um, that means you haven't seen a ton of new characters that came out. The toxicity over city, over city. Right. I tried it a long time ago. We was put off because of the time wasting mini games. Thought about coming back to it again, but it is like Hoyo as a company. Also, I saw that Billy was ranked on F tier. That's not true, actually. Why Billy was ranked on F tier? Billy the Kid is actually one of the strongest characters. A lot of rankings by players say that he is an S character. There are still builds for him that are allowing you to solo the entire like hardest difficulty dungeons, basically, just with him. So I don't know which rankings you've seen. Also, why do you hate Hoyo? I don't remember any drama with him. Hmm. Yay. I'm just dooming right now. I've also stopped playing WoWa Wuthering Waves. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. To be fair, I'm struggling with playing games by myself, you know. I've been playing last time I was playing a video game was actually when I was playing on stream when I was doing the Yakuza 0 stream. That was the last time I've played a game ever since. And today I'm not playing a game. I don't know about tomorrow, who knows. Well, I guess we are going to try to finish those sketches. You know, I want to have 5 sketches per week. I want to make a backlog for at least um like at least 5 at least 3 weeks, you know. So I love the characters, but the companies are limiting their potential. Oh, what you mean? A lot of things I've noticed can be still received, unless those are like, you know, you need to be very lucky though, but that's, you know, that's the gambling for you. Okay. Mm. Okay, here we go. Also, damn, I'm beat. I've actually had the mm, I've actually had the weirdest thing happening to me recently. I mean, weirdest and recently. Today I've just spent an entire day outside of my city in general. We were just doing some groceries, right? Buying some stuff for Christmas and so on. So, you know. Okay. Okay. I sorry that yeah, that's what I was worried about. Yesterday I've had a little bit more power to just talk through stuff. And right now I'm just, you know, after today's travels, I'm slightly with less energy. Oh my. Man. To be fair, I can't remember if any of the streamers I've been watching when it comes to the VODs has their any kind of background music. I think what they are doing is actually like streaming with the background songs and then making a public VOD after the songs are being taken down, to be fair. I would say make your own music, but I've seen even that being taken down. Yeah. But they can't, like, they literally can't really take down my thing. They just flag everything. True. But also, the thing is that I think there are just people who are doing all that stuff to you. There are just people who are walking around some, for example, smaller streamers, and they just decide on how to call it. They just decide on going in a little bit of a malicious way to eliminate their competition, right? So they are walking around the streamers who have low viewer count or similar to theirs, and just like trying to mass report the channels or transmissions. And for example, so the easiest thing to report a channel is by reporting the background songs. I've wrote to Chill Hop about it, because YouTube said that it's because I'm not enlisted in copyright usage by Chill Hop to their account, right? So yeah, I've wrote to them asking like, what's up? I've done everything because like you were saying that people can use your songs on the streams if they have their accounts linked, their YouTube accounts linked to your website, and have the on every and having on the transmission link to your website, right, in the descriptions. As long as those points are fulfilled, we should be able to use it royalty free, right? Surprisingly, YouTube still made it this way, and I don't know now what's going on. And it's quite painful because I'm just trying to hang around there and just work my way through some stuff, but apparently I cannot. With my own songs, I guess they wouldn't be able to really do much, because if they would, I could actually go around and, like, just say, hey, what the heck? No, that's my song. What are you talking about? So basically, I'm making like full copyright on YouTube, so no one would be able to copyright it for me. So basically, YouTube won't be able to actually say anything about that, because I've released songs that are going to be hidden but have all the copyrights set up, because you never know. Maybe someone somewhat would be able to find out about posting of those songs and just yeah, and just be taken like that. But yeah. But to be fair, I think this is why so many why, for example, the Hololive stopped releasing karaoke streams, because they cannot, because it's literally just as much convoluted, because they need to have the licensing for each song in that stream, and basically if they lose that licensing, they can be copyrighted again. So it's just, either it would be a waste of money, or I don't know. AI music is coming. Yeah, I was pondering about going on Suno AI and asking it to generate me some lo-fi beats for streaming background for drawing. It could generate me those, and I was actually wondering, because it would be like the easiest way about this, instead of like actually sitting down and trying to compose my own songs, because I'm not a composer, right? And I just need some songs to play in the background. And I could, in general, I could. It's not really that difficult. I just have to log on to the Suno AI and develop things like that. And that's the thing. I'm genuinely scared that I might try to play the songs and made by AI, and YouTube would still get a freaking stroke. Hmm. But I've noticed that more and more people are actually doing that, and there are entire channels that are just releasing only the AI, the quote unquote AI music, right? Actually, is Bernice thick? She's got some squeeze on her thighs with those belts. I think she's thick. It depends. How I'm understanding thick. Uh, she has some squish around her body. Just, just generally. Mostly around her thighs, so. Also, I'm doing a sketchboard. I'm going to make some sketches also. Mm, so yeah. Also, I've received for Christmas a present. I've received for Christmas Expedition 33. Like probably one out of very few games that I didn't buy for myself, basically. Um, yeah, really nice gift, by the way. Really nice gift. Mm. Also, watch Nintendo trying to do something about Expedition 33. Because you are summoning characters to the battle, right? Kinda, at least. It's turn-based, but yeah. I'm wondering if I would make like a very specific mechanic and basically a bunch of gacha does that too. Yeah. And like Final Fantasy was doing that, Digimons, right? Like there's just a couple of other things that are doing this. It's not their mechanic. Actually, I think also Digimons came out faster than Pokemons, if I remember correctly. There was something about that. Mm, Wait, let me quickly check it. When were the Digimons released? Imagine Nintendo versus NetEase or Tencent. That would be brutal for them. That would be brutal. But I think this is literally, I do believe that this is exactly why they are not doing anything about that. This is exactly why they are not doing anything about this. They are targeting smaller studios. Like, they are not trying to fight with NetEase or Tencent. Although they were speaking something about that. I really love Epic Games versus Apple. Oh no. So Digimons were released June 1997. And now when were the Pokemon released? February 27th, 1996, a year previously. Wait, but is that the, yeah. Big corps can brought to their knees by smaller big corps only, or bigger ones. Yeah. So basically, Digimons are 1 year younger. Okay, that's the shtick. I see what's happening. All right. So, a year difference. I guess it would have to be like checked by the process, because for example, there's always a greener grass in the neighborhood or whatever. True. True. Um, and that makes sense, because even if you think about it, actually, so yeah, first thought I wanted to make, basically, it would have to be checked when they were starting to work on that project, because for example, Pokemons could be done in a year, but Digimons were already being in development for a while, like for example 2 years, and they are already talking about Digimons between like corporations and stuff, and then Pokemons could be done, right? So the thing is that if for it would be a technicality at this point, but yeah. By the way, who won in Epic versus Apple thing? I don't remember that one. I think they settled, but Epic kinda won. I see. What was it about? Apple took down Fortnite? Oh. Makes no sense. It's a cash cow. Oh, or maybe they took it down because they couldn't earn much from that. Interesting. Because Epic was selling it in their own store too for less money because the Apple Store tax. Oh, okay. I see. I mean, Apple kind of shoot themselves in a foot with that tax. You know what I mean? So also that's why there's not that many applications on Apple, and that's why everything is so goddamn expensive. Apple has 30% cut. That's a lot. This is probably why Google is not happy about side loading. Yeah, most likely. You know, I've never. I mean, okay, I understand. It's just corporational greed. You know, your typical corporational greed. You cannot really do anything about that. Just because companies are always going to be greedy. It's just their nature. Because the companies just want to earn money. It just sucks because they kind of hurt people who are trying to still support them, you know? Mostly. Because they're not doing anything. And that's why a lot of companies were so far. Oh, just read the Wikipedia about the lawsuit. Yeah. They sued Google too and won. Who sued Google? Epic? Okay. Probably because of the same reason. Understandable. Is it Disney Plus AI shit real? No idea, is it? Wait, let me quickly check that one too. Disney Plus AI. Disney Plus AI. To feature AI created videos. To allow user-generated content via AI, Disney CEO Bob Iger hinted at productive conversations with unnamed AI companies that would protect IP but add new features to the studio's flagship streaming service. So what, like, basically someone can make um Disney Disney to invest 1 billion in OpenAI permit use of characters on AI video generator ABC News. Huh. About the deal with OpenAI that users can make Disney videos with Sora because licensing deal. Bro, that like that's going to be crazy. Also, it's weird that's like I've tried to I guess it's not a shocker that I'm using GPT already. Um Sometimes I'm just, you know, doing some elements of it, right? Mostly some elementary shit that even AI can get it. right? Anyway, basically the thing is that Sora is not necessarily working over here. Apparently it's region blocked. I'm assuming I can just use VPN and go with it, but yeah, pretty weird. Really weird. There are comparable free offline alternatives too. Yeah. But I suck at making those. Like I was trying to use to make some of mine, some of my own things, right? Like I was picking a model and stuff. There are some new one models for Comfy. Yeah, but like I just can't wrap my head around Comfy. Yeah, you need some beef. Yeah. Despite like my PC, I still need some beef. I'm thinking about getting some more RAM. I'm generally thinking about upgrading my PC, but I'm not feeling well spending crap load of cash since my PC is still working. I just need to install my Win 7, not Win 7, Windows 11 on the PC. 3090s are cheap nowadays. Which one I've got? Oh god, the task manager is loading. Hello, task manager? There we go. Friggin'. It's not even showing like high things. Oh no, stream died too? Did it? Did it die? It didn't. Did it? Oh, it's running. Okay. I think it's yeah. Uh, I've got GeForce RTX 4070. I've got 64 uh, gigs of RAM. Yeah. And AMD Ryzen 9 59000 5900X 12 core processor. I think I need more RAM and better processor. I don't know about the RTX I've got though. It might be one of those poor ones that were actually doing worse than anything else, but I think it was those are that's the still the good one, right? I think that's still the good one. I think those are the ones with 50 at the start. How much RAM you got? 64. It's not much though, if I reckon. Oh no, there is like 20-second chat delay. God damn it. Refreshing to jump ahead in time, okay. So I've got 64 gigs of RAM. Unlocked Jiren time skip power. Jiren wasn't doing, it was Heat who had the time skip power. Jiren was the gray alien looking ass. 64 should be enough for anything. Yeah. Oh, it was Heat. Yeah, to be fair, I'm also getting lost with the newer characters. I only know Kale and Khalifa. Kale because she kinda cute, and Khalifa because she hangs around Kale a lot. There's still a delay in stream, god damn it. Last time I'm turning on the freaking I've dabbled with Comfy after seeing the Corridor crew using it for their VFX pipeline. You definitely see it used there. Saves a lot of time, but for pure AI generation, that shit still looks awful and never gives you what you want. True. But for example, let's say I need a reference for certain pose, right? And describing the pose, and AI quite often spews out very similar pose that I'm kind of looking for. If not, I'm just generating several things that I need, and I just have the reference I needed. Because to be fair, it's just speeds time for looking. You can draw doodle of what you want and make it finish it. True, but still, it's like using the AI, but for the generation. But if you are talking about references, yeah, you can just draw, for example, your construction, more or less what you're thinking about, and ask it to do something based on that, and it's just going to generate things similar to what you gave it. So that's cool. God damn it. But yeah. That's the thing. I do the opposite, generate a bunch of construction, try to draw faces and hair and shading on them for to practice. That's also a really good method because you are generating stuff for practice. You're speeding up making the construction stuff, but it might be also be dangerous for you because you might not necessarily keep later on have on track that much experience with your constructions. So you might need to later on just do your construction and kind of relearn some stuff. But yeah, for like miscellaneous stuff, AI is really good because it really saves your time. You can focus on other crap that is, for example, more crucial. Like, for example, if I would really need, I can even ask it to just give me an idea to draw, and but I'm still drawing it personally. You know, for example, I can do the construction of overall figure, but usually when I finish that part, I abandon it and start a new one. It's like reward playthroughs. By the way, I feel personally attacked by this thing. Oh my. So far I've had like, I think 10 attempts to Rimworld. I really need to start something on stream. Also Minecraft. Maybe even Minecraft on mods, you know what I mean? Also, a lot of things are happening around the streamer world. Um, a lot of people leaving, huge people leaving, and it kind of shows. And I think soon it's going to be noticeable when those people are leaving, because uh, those people are huge and have a lot of traction, and a lot of people are sure to watch their videos, even watch their videos with ads. Now, for example, Jay Schlatt left. He said that maybe when he's going to be like, he might make something like come back and he's just going to not really care anymore. Just sit down, play something when he'll need to, when he'll feel like to. But he just thanked for everything and left. I think it's like I like to start new drawings, and at a point I can imagine how it would look finished and get bored of it. Oh, oh, that's interesting one. You know what? I've heard about this. There was one person who was talking about this. From people I've watched in the past and just generally met around the um, artist world, basically, and forums. It's really interesting. Mm, I could never really understand, and apparently some people have that, but it's not like a complete thing, because it's like just because you can imagine things completed, you are kind of visualizing your current piece as completed, and that's like um, you know getting on. Yeah, I think they are still struggling with that. It's we're always making jokes from that it's like artistic ADHD. You just constantly start new drawings because you just can imagine it being finished. It's here with coding too. Huh. When somebody asks for something, I do only to the point where they will understand and can finish it. Huh. Interesting. Interesting phenomenon. Because again, it's not like it's happening often. You know, you are probably like second or third person I've met that describes it, which is genuinely concerning because that's like very small percentile of people having issues with that, which means that it might be a bit more difficult to find a solution for that issue. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Hmm. I mean, I don't really find it an issue. I can finish things if I want, just don't feel like it most of the time. You know, what can work for you is like trying to come back to those after some time because you are going to have a refreshed mind. It might be because you might feel just bored with the piece. So you might just need some time basically for yourself to start something new. Maybe you can work on something a little bit, start a new project, then come back to that one, and so on, you know? Oh, hey, if you don't find that as an issue, I want to force myself to do something. I don't really want, instead of doing a fresh start. Hmm. Yeah. But for example, if you're going to make like, you know, graphics for your game, isn't that going to be a bummer? I mean, I guess it might be only affecting your like private things, like you're just drawing and you know that you kind of just know that it's not going to be really seen by anyone, so you're just dropping it because you're drawing at this point for yourself. So you don't really for the game I finished. Oh yeah, right. That's the thing. Yes, it might be just that. You know, you just don't feel pressured to finish things because it's just for you. Mm. Hi, Dad, Gotavi here, how are you? Hope everything has going. Hi, Val, Gotavi here, how are you? Hope everything has going. Have I ever told you that you're my favorite Titan? Let's go! Sasageyo, Sasageyo. Buns, ketchup, pickles, cheese. But that patty in between, it's burger. What? It's burger. That's why almost only my game characters have proper hair and faces. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. To be fair, that's something that I also couldn't really comprehend. Shinso Sasageyo. Putting faceless characters into my game is tempting, and I like the idea to them communicating with emote bubbles and identified by their primary color. You know what? I won't be lying if if I'd say that I've also wanted to make something like that for my sprites for my game. Like mostly the bodies are going to make more sense because, for example, I'll be able to make them just move in specific way or something, and I wouldn't have to spend that much time on making the faces because faces actually have a lot of details on them. So like making faceless sprites for the game is going to be faster, just because I'll be able to dodge kind of the idea of it. Okay, that's all from me. I'm out of ideas. Oh my. So yeah, I was just wondering about that too. There's a game who did that. Fall. They have sprites that actually have all don't have faces. They always have like covered faces with shadows and stuff. Bun ketchup sausage. That a glazy. Hot as in literally. E. We doing this intentionally? What? What we doing intentionally? Oh, what the silence? No. I'm sorry. Uh, I just have no. I just stopped. I just have no idea what to talk about. Can I explain it even with silence? With science. What do you mean with the science? What intentionally? What are we talking about? Huh? Oh my. I am. So I think the last one was the game making. So yeah, like I'm generally pondering going for faceless characters, like in Ikenfell, just to get a better grip on the character designs and stuff. Because I just have much more room to work around things. You know what I mean? Oh my. Um. Wait, wouldn't the table be really small at this point? I think it would be like way too small. Wait, I need to get that a bit lower. Her entire pelvis. Because that looks weird. It depends. It should be like a bar table. Massive balloons. Huh? Sips tea. Oh my. Big titty anime girls. Supremacy. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. If someone is going to say something, uh, yeah, just one of the problems, one of the issues, I guess. I should have calculated right. I'm asleep. It's 4 a.m. See ya. Bye bye. Bye bye, Val. Take care. Sasageyo, sasageyo, shinso sasageyo. Na, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Mhm. And like this, and yeah. Oh my. Okay, and now this thing is black. And so are mostly these. I'm leaving gold as white because I'm going to make a gradient on them. You know, metal elements and stuff. And ironically, that's another sketch and yet another character that I'm doing for an hour. For 2 hours, that is. I was expecting the sketches to go way faster. Wait, no, that's red. Okay, that can go. That. That's gold, that's gold. That's gold. That's gold. Okay, that's her skin. And over here we've got her booty, which goes like this. Her belt is mostly black with golden spikes, so we are, as a matter of fact, taking that. Okay, this, that. Okay, and now we've got this, this. And there you go. Okay. Those spikes are going in, this goes in. Actually, that can be darker. So I'm making that actually of 2 strokes. That's about like 75%. And same for the booty and the belt. Yeah. Also, the dress should, the skirt actually, should be having highlights. So that's something we'll have to remember about when the highlights are going to be made. Because she has a leather thingy. Alright, the glasses. I've totally forgot about the glasses. She has those some kind of glasses going on here. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's that, and that's that. That's colored. That's like this. I'm going to actually color her neck, but she's got red color, so I'm going to darken the color itself. And now I'm merging these. God damn it. That and that. I don't feel like making the objects actually. I've noticed that she's got so many golden elements. That's interesting. Because even her guns are gold. Okay, and now this, which should have some kind of balance here, goes like that, and like this. Okay. And she's got bright hairs, so I don't have to give them any shading or color. But this, on the other hand, E. All right, makes sense. And now maybe of white and just go above here. E. So maybe I find joy in making art just for the sake of it. Myself, I enjoy zooming out and only thinking about what I'm painting. It might be that you just haven't found your reason yet. Hmm. What? Wait, what are you talking about? Wait. Hmm. What kind of reason we're talking about? Who? Yeah. There's an owl among us. Owl? Who? Ah, gee. I guess without the music, it's really getting hectic and awkward, right? Okay. All right, we've finished Bernice. So we have Erza, Nemu, and Bernice. So far we have this, and this. Find it nice? I was going to send that after Zaga talked about not finishing their art, but I got up to do something. Oh, it's okay. I see. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We just have our own methods. I guess, if someone just doesn't like it makes much more sense if actually you don't feel like doing something. Don't force yourself. This is actually the biggest creativity killer. If you are forcing yourself to do something, you're associating bad intentions with it. So you're actually going to feel bad while doing that thing. But thanks again, Karen, for being to the channel on Twitch. Thanks, Death and Val for being to the channel on YouTube. Meanwhile, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care and